Hi, my name is Stane, and I'm an occupational therapy student at the University of Texas at Tyler. So today I'm going to be taking us outdoors and doing a crafting activity to boost our mental health and wellness. So the reason I chose outdoors is because it actually has been proven to decrease symptoms of anxiety and depression. It has also been found in multiple studies that spending time in green outdoor environments improves our mood and our self-esteem. Also, exposure to nature is linked to a host of benefits, including improved attention, lower stress, better moods, and it actually increases your empathy and cooperation. And the reason I chose a crafting activity is because crafting releases serotonin, which becomes a natural antidepressant. It also builds self-esteem, and it is also, our activity is a reminder of what's important to us and why we are who we are. To begin with, some things that we're going to need at home in order to complete our craft are blank canvases. My canvas is just the canvas head. It doesn't have the back wooden frame. Either one are good options. Next, we'll need watercolor paints or any paint that you may have lying around the house. This is just something that's good because it offers multiple different colors. We're also going to need something to tie two objects together with. So I have just a round, clear rubber band, but anything will work, like fishing line or yarn. For the remainder of our supplies, we're going to go on a nature walk. So we're going to be looking for things like this, sticks to serve as the handle to our brushes. And then we're going to be looking for flowers, leaves, or different plants that'll help make the bristles to our brushes so we can make nature paintbrushes for the completion of our craft. So on a nature walk we go. While on my nature walk, I kind of found some plants and flowers that I thought would be cool to incorporate on my craft. So while you're out thinking about the brushes that you need to make, if you find something that you like, cut a few more off and bring them with you, and that way we can use some to paint with your paintbrushes and some to incorporate on your craft. These involve the things that I found on my nature walk. So these two things on the end over here, these flowers, I got to incorporate in my painting. These are the sticks I found to help make my paintbrushes, and these are the outdoor items that I found to use as the bristles. So the reason I chose this is mulch. It kind of has a flat head and will help paint bigger areas that I may need for my painting. To make my paintbrushes, I'm going to take the mulch first. I'm going to just kind of line it up on the tip of the stick, and I'm going to use this rubber band to kind of come around it and tie the two together. These are pretty stretchy rubber bands, so they work pretty well. Now I would just go around it a couple of times to ensure that it sticks on well. And there's one of our paintbrushes. So I'll do the same with the other things. And I want to gather as much up as I can at the end. We'll flip it this way. There's another one of our paintbrushes, so you can kind of see how these will be the bristles. And our final paintbrush. So I would make sure that all of the leafy parts are at the end, gathered at the end. Untuck this little part. And there's our final paintbrush. You'll see how those will be the bristles. So next step will be to paint. What we're going to be painting today is anything that's important to you. So I want you to think a minute about kind of who you are and why you are who you are, and what things or objects or people are important to you. That can be a place, a person, a restaurant, anything that kind of signifies who you are and what you find important in day-to-day life. All right, so I'm going to start off by trying to make the sunset. So that involves like your yellows and your oranges. So I'll dip my nature paintbrush into the yellow, get it good and saturated, and I'm gonna come on my canvas. So you can kind of see how the ends of this paintbrush hold up well, and kind of gets the look across that I was needing. So you have your yellows and your oranges. I'm gonna put that one aside, and I'm going to do the base of my painting with which it will be kind of like our property, the pasture and the pond. So for the pond, I was gonna use this straight edge that I made because it'll kind of help cover a big, large area where I want the pond to be. So I'll dip that in my blue. And try my best to make a little blue pond. So the rest will kind of be the green pastures. And I'm using the same paintbrush to kind of incorporate these two colors. I'll probably come back and add a little more to our sunset. So now that I kind of have the background done on my canvas, I let it dry before I add any of the extra flowers and plants that I got to kind of incorporate. So we'll wait till it dries. Painting is dry. I did gather a few items to kind of incorporate in my painting. They involve these 3 things. So the reason I chose these 3 things, these remind me of the cattails that are on our pond where my husband likes to fish. So they kind of remind me of him. And these 2 things are the colors of my daughter's birth months. So I thought that was a neat way to incorporate each person who is of most importance in my life. So I just got a little glue gun, and what I'll do is kind of gather all these little cattails together, and I want to put them by the pond. So I'll probably just kind of put them along right here at the bottom of the pond. Gather them together. And stick them there. I might add a little bit more over it just to make sure that they kind of stick on. Let those dry good. And then my other 2 things, my daughters love to run around our property. So I wanted to incorporate their flowers kind of out here. So now I'm gonna let all that dry and put the finishing touches on it. So to complete my painting, I decided to write what was most important to me on it. So up at the top, I told y'all my family, my 2 daughters and my husband were probably of most important to me, and where I find the most value and the things I enjoy most in life. So the completion of my artwork kind of shows my favorite place to be. These represent my 3 favorite people, and up at the top I wrote how in all this, it includes my family and the things I love most. So in conclusion, I hope that you enjoyed this activity as much as I did. I was able to sit outside and take in the outdoors. I was able to exercise my crafting skills and kind of boost my self-esteem. And I was able to really reflect on what was important to me and why it was important to me and what makes me me. So I hope you enjoy making a craft like this. There's always other options, such as online painting with a twist options if you want to make things a little harder for yourself, or using different kinds of paintbrushes or different kinds of canvases, anything that kind of works for you. But the main points of this activity are get outdoors to help increase your self-esteem and decrease anxiety and depression, especially in today's day and age, and do fun things that kind of let you express you and who you are, and always reflect on what's most important to you. Thank you guys.